Okay, welcome back Math 20-3s to our continuation of the course. Now we're going to be looking at Chapter 6, which is talking about finances. And we're going to start with 6.1, which is looking at financing basics. Okay, so kind of some definitions off the start. We're going to be looking at accounts and things that are going to be different characteristics for different accounts and how they work. And one of the common things you'll see on an account is opening balance. So this is how much money you have in an account. And now that we're looking at account, there are different types of accounts that you can have. One is often called a checking account. This is for your regular transactions, things that you'd be spending money on either like daily or a certain amount of times per month. These are regularly occurring expenses or deposits. This also usually has a low amount of interest, we're going to talk about in a second, but low interest for checking accounts. A saving account is not used for regular transactions. This is stuff that's going to stay in there for a long period of time. You're putting more money into this to try and get it to grow. You're not making your regular transactions from a saving account. And for this reason, it has a higher interest. So we are going to talk about transactions, as it was mentioned here, and also interest. We're going to start first with transactions. So let's take a look here. Transactions are when money is basically moved. Anytime money is moving, it's basically called a transaction. There could be a self-serve transaction, which is when you do this on your own. You're going to be spending money at a store, or you're going to be paying a bill or something like that, and it does not require a teller. Full serve is when you do require a teller, so you're making a transaction at the bank. All right, now let's talk about interest. So basically how interest works, or how I like to kind of sum it up, is people without money have to pay interest and people with money are paid interest. So I'm going to put the bank in the middle here, and the bank is basically just this big collection of money, and they just manage money back and forth between different people. And you can be on either two sides of this. You can be someone who has a lot of money and wants to create a savings account, and you're going to put a lot of your money into the bank. So if you have a lot of money, you're going to put your money into a bank. Now this allows the bank to function when it has all this money that it's going to manage. So giving that bank all that money, that's kind of what helps the bank to stay alive and do everything that it wants to. So that is going to pay the person interest, basically for being able to have or putting all that money into the bank. So if you have it, you're going to get paid interest. Now, if you are on the other side where you don't have money, you need to be borrowing from the bank, then you are going to have to pay interest to the bank. So the bank's kind of in the middle here, that is taking from some people, giving to others, and controlling all this money. If you're giving it to the bank, you get paid. If you're taking it from the bank, you have to pay. So that's maybe a bit of an oversimplification, but that's basically how it's going to work. And we're going to be looking at how to calculate interest based off credit cards and also loans and things like that in some future lessons. Okay, now we'll look at some characteristics to an account. Some things that are going to be involved in descriptions or characteristics of an account are the following. Opening balance requirement, how much money you need to start out with. The monthly payment to have the account. So some you need to make a monthly payment just to be able to have that account. The interest that you're going to gain. The amount of free transactions, it can describe transactions that are full or self-serve, and if it's going to charge you for withdrawals from other bank machines. So we're just going to take a look at that, all those characteristics for someone's spending. So it says, Jennifer opens a checking account with WMB Bank. I just create a bank name, it's not real. She opens the account with $15,000 in a month. She makes 14 transactions with her bank card, pays 3 bills by check, and withdraws money using a non-WMB banking machine 2 times. How much does her bank account cost her this month? So we haven't talked about how much she spent with each check and transaction stuff. We're just looking at how much more it cost her to operate this account. And all the information is given over here. So first it says monthly fee. So it says just to have the account, it costs $4.10. However, it's important to look at this as well. It says the monthly fee is waived if you have a monthly balance of $1,000. So that's kind of like your opening balance at the start of the month is $1,000. So let's check to see, actually she does have more than this. She has a lot more than this. She's $15,000, so she won't have to pay that opening balance of $410. Next is free monthly self-serve transactions covered by the monthly fee. So saying, well, you're paying this fee. She doesn't have to, but by having the account that month, they're going to give you 10 free transactions. Let's see how many she has. She has 14 transactions here with her bank card, and then 3 bills, and then 2 using a non-WMB machine. Okay, so these ones right here, the 14 and the 3, those didn't go through the bank, so those are considered monthly self-serve transactions. So she had 17, so that's going to be over by 7. She only got 10 of those for free. So when we look at the next column, it says additional charges for transactions not covered. So anything that goes over this 10 right here. And it says it's going to be 50 cents for a self-serve and $1 for a full serve. When we look at these transactions right here, those are both self-serve. She's paying a bill and she's using her bank card. So checks and bank cards. So none of that is full serve. So those 7 transactions, those 7 extra, cost her 50 cents each. So times $0.5. Okay, but we also have to remember this too here. It says that she used a non-WMB baking machine 2 times, and that cost is quite a bit higher. It's $1.25 for each time. So you need 2 times $1.25. Let's just look at what we have so far here. This is $3.50. She got charged there. And this is $2.50 right there. She didn't have the monthly fee because she had the higher balance. And because this is a checking account, we'd expect to have little to no interest. And it does say that there is no interest that she's going to gain and no interest that she's going to pay. So we look and we see there's $2.50 and $3.50. We put those together and it's $6 for that month just to operate how she did with that bank account. So the examples in your homework are going to look a lot like that. Make sure you give them a try. Ask me any questions if you have them, and I'll see you in the next video.